WSU Directors of New Student Programs Kelly Alvarado Young with the Adult and Higher Education Emerging Leader Alumni Award. She is known for her efforts to support underserved populations, works to get the Spanish translation services for Spanish-speaking students and parents. Alvarado Young is currently working on virtual live orientation sessions over the summer and a hybrid week of welcome for the in-person fall semester. Alvarado Young says the award is a humbling honor. With students closing in on the year in online learning, what adjustments have they made to ensure continued success?
This time a year ago, online learning was something that most college students joked about or never gave a second thought to. Campus grounds were still bustling with activities and classrooms were full of minds ready to be molded for the future. Now, students across America approach 1 year into forced online education due to a global pandemic once naively thought would be over in mere weeks, if not months. And although a tiny percentage of students have been given the luxury of in-person education, the majority are still stuck to their computers. For college students like myself, this setup beside me has been a common sight as well as an unfortunate foundation of educational learning for the last year. Given the great privilege that I was bestowed to go back to in-person learning, it has been a weird transition as well as more anxiety-laced than I once imagined. With that in mind, I wanted to talk to students who had been in online learning since day one of the pandemic to figure out how they've adapted over the course of online learning, as well as their thoughts about returning to campus. Zachary Murrow is a junior in the Murrow College at Washington State University and has been one of the thousands of WSU students who have been forced to continue their education solely through online learning. Mora says that the adaptation over the last year has been a slow transition, but has learned that focusing was the biggest adaptation of all.
I guess you have to pay attention in class a lot more, because when you're at home, it's a lot easier to just start tuning out the professor.
Mora also acknowledged the idea that while heading back to in-person classes excites him, he knows the year away will affect students for how to appropriately act in a classroom setting with new school norms and the lifestyle that's been accustomed.
It's gonna be super weird going back. I'm probably not the only one who's not gonna be ready for it and forget what's socially acceptable. Sitting in a class, how much do I have to really be paying attention? Do I make eye contact with the professor? All those things that you don't really think about that you just kind of adapt to in the college setting. I'm gonna have to relearn all of those things, and getting to class on time is gonna be a fun one to relearn.
With WSU announcing that it plans to have fall semester 2021 in person, many students who share the same feelings as Mora will be forced to adapt once again to a changing educational environment. Luckily for them, it shouldn't take long to get reacclimated to normal times.